and welcome to the first round of the last chance qualifier for Tier1CON tomorrow. I'm MTG Seville, and to my left I have Pontus from cEDH TV.
Hello.
We're a little bit late in getting started, which is why you can see players are doing things already. But should we kick off with what we have?
The gamble turn 1 from Krark Sakashima.
So we have Krark Sakashima versus Winota versus Bruce Thrasios and
Timna Thrasios.
Timna Thrasios. So
And the gamble turn 1, that's pretty scary. Most often it's just for a mana crypt or something similar. Just getting that fast mana out there. But it can be something more scary, possibly.
Yeah, sometimes I think, especially with Krark and Sakashima, you have no idea. What is the...
Wait, is that the Badlands? Am I?
That is a volcanic island.
Okay, yeah.
That would make sense.
That's more, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, we have a volcanic island into a gamble. And I know on the feature match we have Spleenface, who is one of the...
We have Spleenface,
players.
Radio Fridge, the third, and Tondre, and another player, which I can't see the name
I
of.
think it might be Bruce, because I recognize the Winota altar.
Yeah, that might
Mr.
be the case.
Bruce.
I just have numbers.
Yeah. So, the third entendre. Is this the right... Give me 1 second. This is the actual feature match.
Oh,
So, because the third entendre I know is playing Thrasios Vile Smasher. And that's
yeah,
it.
that's true.
And yeah, Tim Nakram, and we have Murder Bird. I think Jessica Ishai. Looks like an Ishai.
Yeah, looks like an Ishai.
And then we have the Timna
Thrasios still.
So
Timna
we don't have to
Thrasios
worry about the
before,
turn one gamble.
No, here we have a turn 1 gemstone, though,
Yeah.
or a pre-action gemstone.
And
Could actually be more scary, depending on the hand. But
Yeah.
Ishai decks tends to be more mid-ranges, so it's probably not that bad.
But we'll see how quickly Ishai can come out.
Yeah, and it's Ishai Jessica, so an early Ishai is pretty strong when you can just one-shot people turn 3 or 4.
Yes, there aren't too many Death Touch creatures with reach that are played in cEDH to...
No, but Gilded Drake is pretty popular.
Gilded Drake definitely is a card. And it looks like we have Crom Timna going first.
That's pretty scary too.
Yeah, and so we have Timna, 2 Timnas, 2 Thrasios, a Crom, a Vile Smasher, and the Murder Birds.
Yeah.
This should be a relatively quick game, right?
Yeah, I think that Thrasios is on Hermit Druid as well, so it's a pretty fast build of Thrasios Timna. Even though it's a mid-range pair, it's still a pretty fast deck.
Yeah.
You also have Thrasios Vile Smash is on Reanimator, so that can be pretty swingy. Some of those decks are really fast, but like it can grind quite a bit.
Yeah. I can see some chat we have coming in from Cortez with love for Pontus.
Yeah, thank you.
Partner commanders everywhere, yep.
Yeah, that's usually cEDH, sadly.
Oh, wow.
That's aggressive start.
That's aggressive. Mana Crypt, Mox Opal, Wheel.
Going first, turn 0 Wheel. That I've lost
and
doing
it
that,
resolves.
sadly. It resolves, yeah.
Yeah, that is...
We have a Notion Thief going to Graveyard in a Reanimate deck. That might be...
And...
What just happened?
We have just skipped back. There we go.
Okay, we're back.
Yeah, it's just our producer is trying to give us a heart attack. It's fine. So the wheel has resolved, and let's see how affected everyone else's plans are.
Yeah, I have lost resolving a turn 1 wheel.
Yeah,
but that's not usually the case. Hermit Druid going to Graveyard also is pretty relevant, because if he draws something like a Shallow Grave or something, Hermit Druid being on top makes it be instant speed mill your deck.
Yeah.
That's still pretty scary. Even though they have kind of like you see them playing. Stony Silence coming.
Stony Silence is very good at sort of slowing down
the turn ones.
Turn one,
Blue Farm. These turns are going really quick.
Yeah.
But like the Notion Thief being graveyard, the Hermit Druid being graveyard, all those are actually pretty scary. And the blue farm did get very stopped by the Stony Silence, most likely.
Yeah.
So this game is highly live still, even though the turn 1 wheel can be really destructive.
Yeah, I think which is why Time Twister is much better. It gets rid of everything, but price-wise, it's much more.
Well, you just have to win tomorrow. It's pretty easy.
Win Sunday. Yeah. If you're not aware, the first prize for this tournament that starts tomorrow is an unlimited Time Twister, which is incredible. That prize was set regardless of how many people join the tournament. So there could be 10, there could be 100, there could be 50, and you win it, you're going to win yourself unlimited Time Twister.
Yeah, more reasonable.
Making the prize pool infinitely bigger.
Yeah.
So we have a turn 2 Thrasios, so it's at least something.
Seems like a pretty slow start.
Yeah.
But it's just one reanimator from really like locking down the game with Notion Thief. Notion Thief does a lot of work.
Oh, yes.
Really shuts down the other Thrasios, shuts down the Tymna Chromes.
Yeah.
Tymna Chrome is not in that good of a spot either, so you don't really have to shut them down, possibly, but it's still worth. Hushbringer coming into play, this will be hard to win.
Yeah. I think, because taking away all the, Thassa's Oracle and every other type of ETB win.
Yeah, so we still have Breach wins, but even they usually wants to have at least like artifacts like in LED, so the Stone Silence does put a hamper on that, but the field is more even now, I believe.
Yeah, I think at least importantly for the other three, the Jeska Ishai player did miss a land drop, so
that's true.
That's the only thing that they can hope for, is that they can stall on lands while they try and rebuild to get rid of one of the stacks pieces.
Yeah. And notably, sacking the fetch land makes Shallow Grave not longer be in play. I'm not sure if the Shallow Grave is in the deck, but now it's just post-mortem lunge that works to reanimate the Hermit Druid with haste.
Yeah.
And like, you maybe not even have that. Like, it's just something you have to respect when playing Hermit Druid. Yeah. Playing against Hermit Druid, that is.
I think the rest of the table have been relatively happy to see Hermit Druid go to the graveyard, because turn 1 it was definitely coming.
Yeah,
because then you have to respect the Hermit Druid, otherwise you lose.
Yeah, so unless you just play Hushbringer.
Yeah, well, Hushbringer definitely hampers it a little bit. So we have 2, and we have another Thrasios, and then it is on to Tymna.
Yeah, hitting all land drops are really important here. They can play Tymna here if they don't have any better place, and landing a Tymna isn't that great into 2 Thrasioses, maybe even 2 Thrasioses and an Ishai.
But it seems that they pass the turn instead.
Yeah,
so
to me that kind of... to me that symbolizes an intuition, but Dotha is really annoying into intuition. So even if that was the case, that's not that great anymore.
So I imagine, they're going to crack in response, and then...
they just find a land, maybe the intuition in response.
Yeah, and at least set
intuition
up
in response isn't that great either, to be honest. But it might be what they do, depending on their hand. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. Yeah.
It's.
But yeah, okay. Dotty lands, no intuition, cast them 11 on Hermit, and go to combat. This seems like a game that will drag on.
Yeah.
Which is really good for Ishai if they would hit their land drops.
Yeah, if Ishai can get to 4 or just cast Ishai and it stay around, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, and this really seems to be a more stacksy build of Ishai.
Yeah.
It's not one of those stormy lists that just plays Ishai for fun.
Yeah, it is going to be there to put in the hard work and try and just kill people as quickly as possible.
Yeah. 3 mana for a Tymna. So he will now be able to produce a lot of card advantage with both his commanders drawing cards, which is usually a good plan.
Yes, I've played Magic a little while, and I'm fairly sure drawing cards leads to victory.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we have a bit more in the chat. It seems to be more Pontus love.
Yeah, apparently.
That's which is good.
Or I appreciate it, at least.
Always nice to have a star next to me.
Sure.
So let's see. We are on
I think we're on the Timna Chrome.
So we have a Savannah.
Never missing a land drop. That's Savannah.
Scrubland?
Oh,
No,
Scrubland.
Scrubland,
Yeah. Savannah would not believe.
Yeah, that's a game loss right there.
Yeah.
Do we have
GRV.
anything else? 3 mana.
Yeah, 3 mana
Into-
Timna. This looks like,
Yeah, Timna.
Did he not have the colors last turn? Is that the case?
Yeah, I think, but he had the
Yeah,
the Bloodstained Maya, so he could have got the Scrubland.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. So then he actually left 3 mana up,
Yeah,
which symbolizes that he has something for 3. I still think it's an institution, honestly. Because playing Timna, even though it's not the best board state for it, I still think if you
Yeah.
don't have anything else, just slamming a Timna. There's worse things you can do in Magic.
yeah,
Timna's a pretty good card. Ancestral Recall for 2 life every turn is pretty good.
yeah. I get,
Or
you know,
1 life.
I guess is there any
Or
consideration
Hullbreaker
for?
Horror in the graveyard.
Oh no, that's
So now we're really one reanimation spell from this game being completely locked up.
yeah, and it's good because I remember speaking to the third Entendre who is playing the deck, and they added Hullbreaker Horror about 35 minutes ago. So
Okay.
they weren't sure, and then they managed to borrow one from someone, and hopefully we'll get to see it do some. Because I think if you can land Hullbreaker Horror, then you're gonna win, right?
Most likely. You don't have the board state to win instantly. Like
Yeah.
the Stony Silence puts a hamper on it. But you can just bounce it if you have the spells for it.
Yeah,
And also Timna Chrome being the only player with the rocks to actually go infinite on
Yeah.
board. Both those makes it less scary, but like just having a Hullbreaking Horror in play, even if you don't win, you most likely win over time.
yeah. We have a Worldly Tutor from Spleenface.
We don't know that this is Spleenface?
Yes.
Okay. Worldly Tutor in response to Timna Trigger, probably, since he went to combat and
Yeah.
now in second main, probably is Worldly Tutoring in response to Draw Trigger.
Yeah.
The question is, what do you find here? You don't have that many options. Like, maybe find a Yi-San. Okay,
Okay.
that's a good choice.
Yeah, Yi-San is
that's a
a-
really good choice into a grinding matchup such as this.
Yeah.
You just have to hope that you don't see an Op Agent or something land.
Yeah, and that's what I was considering when he kept the Icon player keeping not Icon.
3 mana. Yeah, sure.
Keeping up for
Keeping off 3 mana.
for Op Agent.
Yeah, you really should respect the opinion as well. But since he didn't cast it, I just don't think he has
Yeah.
it. Like even if it doesn't get any value, just not wasting the mana is worth it in my opinion.
And having it there, it's either
Yeah,
going to
it's
slow
still
people
stack
down
space.
or force
Yeah,
them
yeah.
to interact, right?
Yeah. Did he hit another land drop? No. Okay.
That's stuck on 4, but
Yeah, landing a Chrome here would be really impactful because you get that free draw from the flying hastes.
yeah,
And also, like, this looks to be a grindy game. The theme so far has been land the threat, and then the stacks piece that neutralizes the threat lands
Yeah.
directly after.
yes,
And with that being the case, just having a Chrome to beat people is pretty good. It's not Ishai good, but it's still pretty good.
yeah. We have
And that's still Chrome mana. No, it's not because of the Stony Silence.
because of the Stony Silence. So
Yeah.
hoping it's just setting up for
For one that eventually removes.
yeah. And it's it's better. It's fine to have that in play, whereas at least Mana Crypt is slowly killing you,
Yeah.
or has the potential.
Yeah, the only problem being maybe if someone plays a Dockside and then removes the Stony Silence,
Yeah.
playing
And
out
we
the
have
artifacts.
an Assassin's Trophy
Assassin's
hits
Trophy
Yi-San.
Yi-San, okay.
And Yi-San is now stuck under Dothy.
Yeah. The question then becomes, do they have any cheap reanimation creatures? There are things like Apprentice Necromancer for 2. If you just land Yi-San with the Dothy, you can maybe get up to that and find a win that way.
Yeah, I think one of his top end, it's the list from yesterday, has Consecrated Sphinx, and that is a Spellseeker.
Yeah, a shortcut. He fetched the land, so he will find the land and then use that to cast the Spellseeker.
Yeah,
Spellseeker here finding probably reanimates. Maybe something like Veil of Summer, but I would probably just get the reanimate here. Even if you don't win off the Hullbreaker, getting it into play, or even just finding Notion Thief is still pretty good.
yeah.
Oh, but there's a what's it called? Hushbringer.
Hushbringer, yes.
Yeah, so ETB does not happen.
Stop it.
That was
It's,
a good catch that
It's
we
good
did not
that
do.
it's good that they shortcut, so then they're not going to get a warning for searching when they shouldn't have because
Yeah.
they were searching at the same time.
Yeah,
So That is good. Shortcuts work, folks.
Sure. Jeske Shy hitting another land. Now there is one land from landing that Shy.
3/4 of the way to the Murder Bird.
Yeah, and the Murder Bird will probably, like, if you can protect it, which you do have.
Rule of law.
Rule of law as well, yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah, as we've already discussed, this seems to be a really grindy game.
Yeah.
And the rule of law just cements that.
Yeah.
You're not going to see any. Now, Hullbreaker Horror becomes way harder to use.
Yeah.
Oracle Consult is even more off the board with the rule of law and the Hushbringer.
Yep.
So yeah, this looks to be a very grindy game.
So the round timers are 75 minutes for this. So welcome to a 75-minute game.
Most likely, yeah.
And so we have some card advances. So we have Thrasios coming in and
bring him down to 42.
Yeah.
A respectable life total.
And at least allowing a card draw from Timna.
Yeah.
Getting to a 5th land, which is definitely useful.
Using that for fish, which is pretty good.
Fish, yeah.
Fish into rule of law is kind of sad, but it still draws cards, drawing cards, wins games.
It's let's see, that's a mana crypt win, so no life taken off for the person.
Yeah. That's starting to become pretty important here because of the game probably going along. We're still in the territory of just seeing a Cycrypt win, possibly. Yeah. Like, you just have to find the mana for it. But we're in the territory where you kind of need Cycrypt or bust.
Yeah.
So but also, like, as I said before, if he can land on his Shy next turn and hopefully like have Deflecting Swat or like a Fierce Guardianship or something,
yeah,
he can probably just run away with the game here.
Yeah.
Like, Ishai does grow way faster than Thrasios accumulates value over time.
Yeah, even with Rule of Law, one spell a turn.
Yeah,
still
exactly.
3 or 4 counters each turn.
Yeah, and
cycle.
then just slam the Timna. Like, even if you don't one-shot someone, slamming someone for like 8 or 9 still does a lot.
With the Jeska.
Yeah, Jeska, yeah.
Yeah. Because Jeska gives double strike and
it triples damage.
Triples damage. Okay, yeah, even more so.
Or it triples damage to opponents. So if they block, it's still the base power.
Yeah.
But if it tramples or just connects with the opponent, it triples that damage.
We've seen a Dothy sacrifice to get Yisan onto the board.
So maybe they're on the Apprentice Necromancer, and that might be the line they're going for, or they're just trying to play this grand game.
Yeah, and just how can I get extra value?
Yeah, exactly.
From it. And
3 mana is less than 4 mana, which it doesn't have with Thrasios yet. So
yeah. At least, you can get hopefully get an activation next turn.
Yeah, and at least find the door. Another rule of
law? So only draw 1 card, right? That's Spirit of the Labyrinth.
That's Idol of
Rhetoric.
Rhetoric. Yeah. So that's another rule of law, but on a creature this time.
Yeah, so no matter what you think you can do, you're not allowed to do it anymore.
Except for activate Thrasios repeatedly, which is probably what people are looking to do right now.
Yeah, at least.
Unless you're on Timna Crom and look sad.
Yeah, you're just going to, I'll draw my 1 card, hopefully, maybe. Although hopefully they can draw a 5th land, and that's Malevolent Hermit revealed from a Thrasios.
Okay, yeah.
And onto their turn. He's paying to keep the fish. Yeah, the fish got absolutely nothing this round, but I'm sure it will get something at some point.
Yeah, at some point they kind of have to do something.
Yeah. What I guess they'd be really looking to see now is something like a Rhystic Study as well, just to
definitely Rhystic Study or like. Honestly, tutoring for Yisan there is a pretty good play as well.
Yeah.
Like, just getting that repeated value is really important.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you win this game.
Yeah.
Especially like the clock being this delayed really helps them set up.
Mm-hmm.
They now have the mana for Thrasios. They might have the mana for Chrome next turn. That really helps when they Shy lands and puts a clock on the whole game.
Oh yeah, of course. And for people that are watching maybe that don't know what Yisan is, you want to explain Yisan? We can bring it up in the chat as well.
I realize I don't know the command though.
Yisan the Wandering. Oh yeah. So if our wonderful producer can tell us what the command is, just so we can put it into the chat.
That's not the commando. Yisan, either way, is
There you go.
Oh yeah, I did it.
We know how to use technology.
Yeah, it's a human rogue bard, a 2/3 for 3 that has 3 mana. Tap him and put a verse counter on him, and then search for a creature with CMC equal to the amount of verse counters on him. So this means for each time you activate them, basically you just go up the ladder from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5.
Yeah.
Usually you don't go that far if you're not on a dedicated Yisan deck. Usually you just go to 1, then 2, maybe, and maybe 3. But then you've hopefully won the game at that point.
Yeah, and I think that for Thrasios, Tymna, they're just going to be trying to use it for value to, like, can they get any dorks out or anything just to help?
Yeah, exactly.
Run it.
Yeah, and probably just finding a dork next turn helps them get to the 4 mana to activate Thrasios at least.
Yeah.
So then you can choose, do you want to activate Yisan or do you want to activate Thrasios? A Yisan can activate in instant speed, so you could find a relevant hate bear on 2.
Yeah,
if you need that, so you're just keeping both of those up with the mana is still a pretty strong play.
Yeah, if someone's able to, say, remove the Stony Silence and you want it still there, in response you can always go and get, like, oof.
Yeah, if you're on that is.
Yeah, I think, and I realised we didn't bring up the card. Tier 1 MTG happened to put Yisan in for us, so...
I will take credit anyway.
And so we have Spleenface on 6 mana. I think it's still their turn, or they've attacked with a Tymna.
No, it's not agent being cast in response to the monitor, which is pretty bad. So it looks like it might have been an op agent in the hand.
Yeah, okay. So that's a really good time to fire it off as well, because Spleenface is going to now be reliant on one of the other 2 to try and counter or kill this, because Rule of Law is going to stop him from responding.
Yeah, exactly. The question is, the Spleenface is he running something that actually solves the situation to Necromism? Because the situation they are in isn't all that good. I kind of think they need to resolve like a big wipe of some sort.
Yeah.
But even then, like, there's still a Stone Silence and a Rule of Law in play if it's not exactly Cycrift, and they're kind of far from the Cycrift mana.
Yeah. Like, I'm not sure if Deluge is a thing, but you're going to wipe your own board as well.
But even Deluge, you still have the Stony Silence and Rule of Law in play. So
it's...
you Deluge and then you do nothing.
Yeah, you're just stopping.
All you do is stopping the other people's value, and even then, you probably want to do that after Ishai has landed.
Yeah, just to take Ishai away again.
Yisan is also really interesting because Yisan on 2 can find Gilded Drake when Ishai actually lands.
So we have graveyards being looked at, so it looks like Third Entendre has some type of graveyard interaction. I can't think what instant speed graveyard.
Maybe they're scared of a Mnemonic Betrayal? But Mnemonic Betrayal into a Rule of Law isn't that good of a play.
No, it's a good old non-bow. Let's see what we have. This is the times that I wish we had a little microphone by the table so you can hear all of the different table talk.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Yeah, we can do this, and I think you should let it resolve because they're clearly a threat. I'm not going to kill anyone, I promise.
Yeah, Team Necrom is not famous for killing people.
No.
They're just a slow, grindy stack deck. It's like farming doesn't go that fast, you know?
I think they've taken Force of Vigor.
Force of Vigor, that's pretty
Force
good.
of Vigor is definitely a card.
And Op Agent does let you cast spells with any color, so being a green card and excelling green cards does not really impact it that much.
And that's going to be able to take out at least the Stony Silence to free up all of them.
Stony Silence and the Rule of Law, I assume you would hit with it. You're still stuck in
I guess
one Rule of Law. But you kind of had to fire it before the untap with the Malevolent.
They weren't able to because of...
well, they untap now.
Yeah, but they played Opposition Agent, so they couldn't cast another spell because of Rule of Law, right?
Yeah, but they're on their turn now. They cast instant speed.
Yeah.
So now they play land for turn.
Yeah, to take out... maybe they're just going to try and land Crom and then just keep...
just keeping Force of Vigor for when it's actually...
For when it means, okay, we can win now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a better play. That's probably what I would do personally.
Yeah.
The only problem being that people will know that you have it and put out more stacks, like preemptively. You could have Yisan here just waiting over count 2 with an oof, possibly.
Yeah. Oh, that would be wonderful. I do like to see it when... a Bird of Paradise.
I just realized that Yisan isn't that good into an opposition agent.
Yes, yeah. So, and they weren't able to... Yep, okay. That's...
They didn't activate in response to Op Agents, and they probably won't activate it for quite a bit.
Yeah, until it's, you know, when you always get the game state that the game drags on along, and then it just takes one person to forget what they're doing almost and activate, and then realize like, oh, it's too late. I have.
Yeah, and seeing how good we are at forgetting the board states here, you can probably understand people forgetting sometimes.
Yes, yeah, of course. And people in the chat, do you have any idea or like who you think is gonna win from this state, or which like deck you'd prefer to be piloting, like right now, like, or in any ways that you think that this game is going to be won? That's right. We're looking for some audience participation from all 48 of you.
I personally still think that Ishai is the key to this game.
Yeah.
The problem being that they never find the fourth land.
Mm-hmm.
That wheel seems to have really hurt them.
Yeah, and you can almost see when they put their cards down. At like the hand they had was super nice, and with Chrome Mox and the extra fast mana of just like, okay, I can land maybe a turn 1 or turn 2 Ishai and then go to work.
Yeah, and then they saw the wheel and became sad. Because that's usually what happens when people turn 1 wheel you.
Yeah, but at least Hull Breacher isn't a thing anymore. So
yeah,
it's like turn 1 wheel into I'll have 21 treasures and 7 cards.
Not as common.
No. That's terrifying. But,
it is, yeah.
So what do we have?
Murder Bird is scary. Op Agent really puts a damper on the bird, but TNT seems to be a favorable position. Yeah, TNT having loads of mana, landing a Priest of Titania, which taps for 1 currently, so it's not that good. Or it taps for 1.
Yeah, because Yisan is a human.
Yisan is a human, and birds are birds, not elves. But yeah, that is a good position, and they might be able to outpace the Murder Bird, even though Murder Bird is pretty strong.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the board state built for Murder Bird.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really key if in this turn the Ishai can land. If they can get another land, then everything is going to be great for them, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's
I would also consider... Maybe it's not that good of a play. I was considering playing Jessica just as a pinging 1.
Yeah.
Killing the Priest of Titania, killing the birds. I guess killing the Spellseeker just because you can.
Yeah.
While not the best play, it has more and the mana to play it. Yeah, people have been pretty good with not feeding fish so far.
Yeah. Oh, we've had a land. We have Crom out.
We have Crom out. Yeah, that's
finally.
That's something that will be able to put the pressure on the table. That's not Murder Bird.
Yeah.
Crom usually don't kill people with command damage, but he might kill some people.
Yeah. There is one person without a flying blocker.
Yeah.
At the moment.
There's also the fun alternative to convince the Jessica player to play Jessica and buff Crom.
Yep.
Because it only buffs versus opponents of Jessica.
Yeah.
So then he's incentivized to attack the Tymna Thassos player or the Tymna Wildsmasher player.
Yeah.
Which, while not the best play and not what you want to be doing most of the time, could be a play just to like neutralize the threat of the table a bit more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Politics does matter a lot, but it doesn't solve the whole game. Like, being best at politicking doesn't make you win all the time. It does give you a higher win percentage, and being in a good spot does give you a good win percentage as well. But yeah, politics does favor him, definitely. We have a life-death targeting something in the graveyard.
I'm going to say Hullbreaker Horror.
Hullbreaker Horror, it seems to be the case, yeah. That's also pretty scary.
Yeah.
As I said before, he's not representing a win on the table right now.
No. I guess this is in end step.
No, it's a sorcery.
Life is a sorcery? Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So that makes it much better. So he can't do anything now, but then if he has an instant or a cantrip in someone else's turn to at least bounce.
Yeah, like this is a controlling Hullbreaker Horror because you can just play 1 spell a turn and there's 2.
And Malevolent Hermit.
Malevolent Hermit eats that one. Yeah.
That's the Mana Leak, right?
It's a Mana Leak, on a creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been on board for quite a while. I can understand forgetting that that's there.
Yeah. Or at least you've got to try and, like, you know, you've got to go for it and hope that either they miss it or...
Yeah, sure.
Oh, we have another land. It's murder bird time, hopefully.
Maybe. We'll see. That's what I would do, at least. I would just slam it here.
Just absolutely slam it.
The only problem being if you can't protect it and it gets stolen. But even then, like, that's your ring-con, that's your out in this game. That's what you kind of have to commit to. Especially when you have gotten this delayed. Like, there's been like 5 turns before you were able to cast it.
Yeah. And I think that, especially with Hushbringer as well, you're not worried about Gilded Drake.
That's true. That's true. So you have protection on board, kind of. You're only worried about really niche spells that's not played widely.
It's, but I think if ever there's going to be a time a niche spell comes out at some point, it's like a World Championship event where someone's like, I need something spicy, let's go with this.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a Malevolent Hermit landing from a TNT player, giving a counter to Ishai, but now has interaction up.
Yeah. Murderbird Tracker 1.
Yes. So even if I guess a counter war could get it to 7.
Yeah.
But that's the only way for it to get to 7 before he untaps.
Yeah.
And I don't think people will actually let it get there.
No. Politicking can only get you so far with... although I guess if you want to go for it, you push a spell, and if someone has to counter it because it's presenting a game win, as the Ishai player, you're just very happy of just like, let's just keep casting spells. It's absolutely fine. Yeah,
sure, but that's where politics come in again, because you have to like convince people to not try to win.
Yeah. So you can't win because I need to win.
Yeah, you can't win because I won't let you, and if I don't let you, Ishai will grow too much, and all of a sudden we lose because you tried to win.
Yes.
And didn't manage to, which is pretty... Like, that's a pretty common argument, to be honest. That's a discussion you have very often in cEDH.
Yeah.
It's an important discussion to have as well.
Yeah, it's balancing okay, I have to do this because I want to win, but if I want to not lose, I have to do this, which is...
Yeah, exactly. Just being like, I know you want to win here.
Yeah.
Could you consider not?
Yeah. Have you ever considered not winning? We have a fish from Third Entendre, and now we have Jeska hitting the board, asking, do you want to pay? No, I will draw a card. That's both fish.
Yeah, giving away 2 cards here, but Jeska does come in for 2, so Jeska can ping a lot of stuff. Jeska can ping the Op Agent, it can ping the Tymnas, it can ping the Malevolent Hermit. It does have a lot of value. It's like... It's almost the board wipe for the things you care about here.
Yeah.
The only question is, do you actually want to kill the Op Agent here? That's not what he goes for. He goes for -1.
Yeah.
Killing the Malevolent Hermit, killing the birds, and I think it was the
Yisan?
priest. Yisan seems like a weird choice.
I think they were pointing at Yisan, yeah.
Was it the birds?
It could be, the birds, the priest, and the Malevolent Hermit.
Yeah, I assume. And we see a tap for a green, and then just let it resolve. Yeah.
Yeah. We will, for future games, we'll try and get a timer on the screen.
Yeah.
So we can keep an eye on it. What I will do is have a very quick look around the corner and see if I can see the time.
Yeah.
So we know what we have.
Yeah, but I think that we'll still have around 15-20 minutes.
40 minutes.
40 minutes still. Yeah, so we're not even close to time yet.
Yeah, we have all the time in the world. Ish, yeah.
But with the Ishai, it really does present the clock here.
Yeah, Ishai is on 3 counters.
Yeah, it looks that way. So connected for 4, like you just need 3 more counters and then it's lethal. So
yeah.
They really have to respect the Jeska. I would probably not attack with Ishai here personally. If I were casting Jeska this aggressively, because now they can actually try to kill Jeska.
Yeah, because Kram can now come in because both of his flyers are tapped.
Yeah, exactly. And while you do have the mana to recast her, it gets expensive pretty quickly.
Yeah. We have a 4 mana just to keep
4 mana fish, yeah. So that's a What is it?
It's cost 11 mana so far.
Yeah,
drawing
11 mana draw. Is it one card? I think it's two cards.
One for the fish and one for the Jessica.
That's almost Thrasios levels, so it's not
11
that
mana
bad.
draw 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Thrasios 8 mana draw 2. That's well, it's a bit better than the draw 2 to be fair, but yeah.
Do you know the best use of 11 mana is Godo and Helm?
Yeah, that's a better 11 mana investment. That's true.
Way better 11 mana. We have Force just being put under opposition agent so that they know what it's for. It looks like it's just a value endurance coming in for because the Hushbringer stopping its effect, but at least it just gets it onto the board as another creature.
Yeah. Interestingly, not attacking with it, which is what you would kind of assume. Well, it's still a big body to block with, so it's not that bad.
And then drawing 1.
Drawing from 2, yeah. But yeah, this game will be very... will probably be... Oh, Gas Cradle is a really good draw here.
Yeah, so that's 4 mana.
Yeah, that's 4 mana. That's
Thrasios activation.
In one land. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That is slightly concerning.
It's not on the street.
Yeah. So Gaia's Cradle is always concerning if you see it coming out when you've got a lot of dorks. Wonderful. That is a crypt loss, so they're on 19 now, so they're getting regardless of commander damage, they're getting into Murderbird territory.
Yeah, that's true.
So we could see the Crom back on defense.
Yeah, Crom back on defense does make sense here. You could also aggressively kill the Jessica, and that's not a bad play, but it is an aggressive play. But it looks like it's a Crom back on defense here since he's paying for fish on his upkeep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this game will be heavily revolving around surviving the bird, basically.
Yeah, and just trying to... so we have a 4th land from the Thrasios Vial Smasher. And I wonder if this game will go long enough that we'll... Collector Oof. That will actually see a Vial Smasher come out.
Yeah, I assume so.
If you have nothing else to do, you may as well just start taking the random hits to people.
Yeah. But one play being in 44 does make it less relevant.
Slightly, yeah. There aren't many 10 mana spells kicking about.
Yeah. Zeroing Jessica, targeting Shy.
That's on
looks
6,
like
so
6
that's
counters,
18.
so that's basically lethal on the Tuna Crom player. Did keep the Crom back though, but even if deflecting swats.
Oh.
That's a funny play because Jessica can't target anything.
Yeah.
We still have the scenario which we discussed earlier that it only deals more damage to opponents.
Yeah.
So even if
Fierce Guardianship.
Fierce Guardianship on the deflecting swat.
So hopefully they'll see the 2. They'll get the 2 Ishai triggers.
1 Ishai trigger. It's only opponents.
Oh yeah. But no, they've not taken the counter. But and that is dead. So that is enough commander damage to have killed the...
Yeah, he gave his last...
First.
He gave the last counter, yeah.
So we have Thrasios Vial Smasher is dead.
Yeah, and now we're just protecting Jessica, hoping to win the game eventually. The Crom being there does make it harder, but also the Crom player not being that well set up is...
Yeah. I wonder if we'll see... here
we see the Force of Vigor coming down.
Yeah, that's going to take out the Stony Silence.
Stony Silence most
Rule
likely.
Of Law, maybe?
Maybe Rule of Law, maybe Fish seems aggressive. Yeah, I would probably do Stony Silence and Rule of Law. You can also kill the Eidolon, and then he only has 1 blocker. So you can definitely kill the Jessica.
Yeah, so take out Stony Silence and Eidolon.
Yeah, most likely.
Because either way, you're leaving a Rule of Law round, right?
Yeah.
Alright, there we go. Rule of Law and...
Did notably leave the Eidolon there. Maybe just wants the Timna Thrasios player to have to attack with more creatures.
Yeah, because if Timna Thrasios attacks with everything, then Jessica will die. Yes. Yeah. So...
They actually just need to attack with 3 of the 4 creatures.
Yeah, actually, because they can leave Arbor Elf around to not just get eaten by the Hushbringer.
Yeah. We do see a spell coming down in end step, I believe. Flusterstorm on the Force Vigor.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I can respect that play.
So that
seeing that all that mana being unlocked, I can really respect stopping him from getting that mana.
Yeah, just being like, yeah, hang on one moment, let's just...
let's just chill a bit.
Yeah. And that's an extra land onto the battlefield from Thrasios.
Yeah.
And having a look into, we got a very brief look at Spleen's hand there, and there's a couple of zero-cost mana rocks, so...
Okay.
I think definitely more worried about giving Timnacram access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana. Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Yeah. Usually 12 mana, even though there's a rule of law, that's still a lot of mana. You probably can do something with it. And with the Endurance having reach, you can actually sit back quite a lot on the bird. The bird can't actually connect here aggressively.
Yeah.
So sitting back, just grinding could be a good game plan here. Because I do think the only problem for Thrasios Tymna here is the Hushbringer. And that's only if they're not running Labman, which some people have started doing again.
Yeah.
They even have the draw a card land, the Horizon land.
Yes.
To enable the Lab and Labman win.
Yeah, and because I think this list is running Sacred Guide as well, but you...
speaking of Sacred Guide.
There we go, Sacred Guide.
Yeah.
And then will we, see Labman next turn?
Labman next turn would be really scary. Labman this turn could also work. They have a lot of mana.
They have a lot of mana, yes.
Oh, but there's the rule of law in play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, this is true.
But they do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That's
13 mana.
That's a lot of mana. That's
a lot of
3
mana.
activations. Sacred Guide is actually a pretty cute interaction with Yisan then. Because you can use turn 1, verse 1, find Sacred Guide, verse 2, find Oracle, activate...
Win.
Yeah, that's a pretty good line.
I think, because Sacred Guide and Hermit Druid essentially do the same thing. Right?
Empty your library, yeah. Well, Hermit Druid, you can actually win by just activating him, because you have Dread Return. That doesn't work with Sacred Guide, but both of them can just represent a get rid of your library on board and then cast a Dance Oracle. You also have Divining Witch, can fill a similar role.
Dark Sanctuary, they just run Sacred Guide as the one white card in the deck.
Yeah.
So it's...
No range captains, no silences, sadly.
So it's just it's a 1 mana, 1/1?
Yeah, it's a 1 mana, 1/1 that exiles your library for 2 mana. Which still is pretty worth it.
Yeah.
It's old tech from the Sacred Hulk times.
Yeah. So you're basically playing Tymna not because you really care about white in this, just because Tymna is amazing. And then that is a Soul Water. It has Wingcrafter. That 1 mana blue mana from Avacyn. It is a 1/1 and it's Soul Bonds, and it gives a Soul Bonded creature flying.
Okay.
So as I said, we would see some spice in there. Wingcrafter.
Tymna is broken, yes.
Tymna is broken, yes, but you're not playing it because it's white. You're playing it because it's Tymna.
Well, you do play it because it's white, because otherwise you can't cast Sacred Guide.
Well, yes, yeah.
But other than that, no white.
Wingcrafter is...
It's a really good Tymna creature, actually, which I haven't considered. Like some decks run random 1/1 flyers just to draw cards, and that's 2 flyers in 1 body, basically.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Endurance has gone into the graveyard. Oh, because Ishai attacked, I think we... No. Abrupt Decay on... Rule of Law? No, there's still 2 Rule of Laws. Hushbringer, yeah.
Hushbringer or Jessica.
Deflecting Swat. Onto what, Jessica?
Jessica
Sacred Guide?
Fine. Yeah, there's no really good target for it. You could just do like Tymna, but even then, that's not that great.
Or Thrasios to try and...
Yeah, sure, but it's already activated Thrasios.
Yeah.
It could just be a defensive deflecting spot because he doesn't want this thing that the Abrupticate is getting rid of to disappear.
True.
He wants the stacks to stay there so he doesn't lose.
Yeah, I'm guessing it must be pointed at Hushbringer.
I would assume so, at least. Because Stony Silence doesn't make a lot of sense with the board state unless he had all those rocks in the hand. Otherwise, it would be Stony Silence does disappear. So that unlocks a lot of mana for the Tier1CON player. He tried once to get rid of the Stony Silence, and now he succeeded.
And we have a Lotus Petal as well in play.
Yeah, so that's a lot of mana.
Yeah, so that was Abrupt Decay in Spleen Faces in the Jessica's end phase.
Yeah. Which is also why the Endurance died.
Yeah.
I see Narcomoeba coming down, another blocker for Murder Bird.
Just, I don't want to die.
Which is reasonable.
Yeah. And
the only problem being that he can -1 Jessica and then recast it, -0.
Yeah.
Which he has to respect. Maybe the Jessica Shy player does not see that. That's sometimes you have to bank on people not seeing plays.
Yeah.
But I would, in a scene like this, I would assume people see plays.
Hopefully. I mean, Spleen Face he's flown all the way over from Canada. He's one of the Into the North podcast. Dress down. It's like, before that comes in, I'm just going to take another tick up from Ishai.
So this dress down is in end phase, I assume, because otherwise there's still a rule of law in play.
Yeah.
But the funny thing with dress down is if you cast it in end step, it stays until next end step, even though it's actually end step. So this would let him have to just get rid of one rule of law and then be able to storm off.
Yeah. So I wonder
if they're untapping mana.
We will see. So it must have been in the end step of Spleen Face's.
I would assume so.
Yeah. So let's see what it can do.
But they untap mana because they go through their turn.
Yes.
That makes sense.
That is untap, upkeep, draw. Here we go.
Yeah, that's the turn cycle. Yeah, now we just have to hope that the Thrasios player with 3 activations does not find the counterspell for your removal for rule of law. Because otherwise you're just sitting there with your 1 spell cast. Let's see, 1 blue or black. Casting a Chain of Vapor, yeah. Yeah, you can't let the Chain of Vapor resolve in this situation, I don't think. The Thrasios is not active, I realize, because there's a dress down in play.
Yes, okay, yeah. So I was expecting an activation before hand, but
the dress down being in play, maybe not.
Yeah, are they?
But they have been sculpting their hand for a long time. I assume someone has some interaction for this. I would just assume so.
Can't you then keep it, sacrifice a land and bounce the dress down?
You can. And that might be what's been...
But they have not.
They have not. They roll a die for... Oh, they did this in upkeep? Interesting.
Yeah, so for Mana Crypt, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, can...
I kind of expect the Thrasios Tymna player to have an instant speed win here. Especially if it's Spleen Face, he would not let that happen if he didn't...
Unless he can take advantage of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. But what's the win with Hushbringer still in play?
Hushbringer is not in play.
Hushbringer it is, but it's nothing. It's a vanilla creature.
Yeah, exactly. Right? But the problem is there's the dress down in play also.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what the play would be. Because sacking a land and bouncing dress down would probably solve the situation.
Yeah.
Because then there's still a rule of law in play. You still have a Hushbringer. I don't think a Tier1CON wins through all that.
No. Because they've already cast their spell for the turn.
Exactly. Well, let's see what they do with their turn from here. I still think there's interaction in hands. I think people are just sandbagging.
Yeah.
I would assume so, given how long this game has been going.
Yeah.
We've not seen that much interaction, and people have been sculpting for quite a while.
So we have 3
mana for a Wish Claw.
Wish Claw.
Yep.
And they control the opposition agent, so
which is vanilla 3/2.
Yes. Dress down. Wonderful dress down.
Humility effects are fun. Did you know? As someone who played Tevesh Ishai Humility, I can confirm. Humility is fun.
Humility is always fun. I actually just put Dress Down back into my main deck. I wasn't running it for a while, and it's like it just seemed... Oh, Stifle!
What? Stifle!
Wow!
That's fascinating. That's not what you expect to see.
That is not what you expect to see.
But it gets the job done.
Yeah. Oh, that is... I mean...
Beautiful.
Beautiful. It's like not often that you see Stifle run. Are they able to untap it somehow?
I don't assume so. Some decks run Dramatic Reversal just as a ritual.
Oh, yeah. So
fetch and end step while the op agent is...
And will they try and go for something now?
I would
even just as a bit of...
not,
I guess just some...
I could honestly see killing the Crom, possibly. Just like throwing him to the wolves.
Yeah, so we have 1 mana Vamp Tutor.
Vamp Tutor, sure.
Oh, even Mind Sensor. So you can tutor for something that is in the top 4.
But there's still a Dress Down in play.
There is still a Dress Down in play.
So that just doesn't do anything.
Oh, this game.
So layers and layers and stacks.
Yeah, they're trying to... it's like, no, when it comes in, it sees that all creatures have that ability and don't have abilities.
Yeah. It's not the layer thing, it's not the timing thing, I'm pretty sure. Maybe they call a Judge here to get that clarified, but I'm pretty sure that it's a static effect. Creatures coming in afterwards.
You'd cast Thassa's Oracle. You'd cast that.
Exactly.
Put Thassa's Oracle in after.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, it's not respond. Otherwise, you can't respond to Thassa's Oracle with it.
Yeah.
Which is the case now.
Okay.
Or maybe cEDH has just been playing wrong for a year by this point.
Anything
I would not
is
put that above us, to be honest.
Absolutely, anything is possible. Wait till MTG Twitter gets hold of this and then everything will be destroyed. Okay, so there's 2 left, so we are on 24. I think, importantly now, they have to try and go for the win or keep a blocker up because Ishai is a killer to...
I'm pretty sure we're doing all this in response to the Dress Down trigger, because the Dress Down was moving away before we started doing things. Yeah, so in response to
the Dress Down
that means we are in the Tymna Crom Sand Step, which means that they have the Crom back this turn.
Yeah.
The question is, does the Tymna Thrasios have instant speed shenanigans?
Brain Freeze.
Brain Freeze. But Brain Freeze... Has he activated Thrasios?
No, it takes away the... he hasn't activated Thrasios yet, so...
But then he just sits in response. But the storm count is pretty high at this point, so it does mill a lot. See a Lotus Petal in hand. Not that great in this board state. That's the only thing we can see in the hand currently, I believe. Or that's the only thing I can see, at least.
And they have 5 mana from the Cradle.
Yeah, Cradle solves a lot of problems there. I would assume they just activate Thrasios, but we'll see if they do something else. He cracks the land.
Crack the land? Okay.
That's interesting. I would just assume a Thrasios activation at this point.
They may want to not show it.
That's fair, but even this proves that it is something of value.
Yeah.
Actively hiding information is basically showing...
Yeah. This is the win.
Bad information.
This is the win, people. This is the win.
Yeah.
And they're pointing it at Ishai and some of the triggers at both. Okay.
Yeah, I think the Ishai has missed a lot of triggers. I think 11 is way too low at this point.
Yeah, there's been a lot of triggers missed.
Yeah.
But they are triggers that can be missed. So and just Finhorn Elves, land, Carpet of Flowers, Deathrite.
People looking at graveyards again symbolizes to me that either they're afraid of a reanimation spell, or they're planning for a mnemonic betrayal turn.
I think that what they were just resolving the brain freeze and showing what was put in.
That makes sense as well.
Yeah. Just showing this is what was... so Dress Down finally goes away. All of the Rule of Laws and Stacks effects are back.
All three.
Yeah, the Rule of Law is dead, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so...
Yeah, this is Eidolon right now.
Oh, yeah.
So you have Eidolon, Hushbringer, and Aven Mind Sensor.
And the Murder Bird is going to get stopped by Narcomoeba?
Yeah. That has to hurt a bit. Like, seeing possibly 33 damage being stopped by a single 1/1 flying.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel that great.
Yeah. Which I'm surprised they didn't go for the route that you were talking about is kill the Narcomoeba with Jeska, recast Jeska.
Yeah.
And
the problem there is back to basics.
Back to basics. Ooh.
That does explain the abundance of basics we've been seeing in their deck.
Yeah. That is crippling for
everyone.
At least with...
even themselves, they just have 2 basics.
Yeah. But they don't need them, right?
No, they have Bird in play, that's fair.
Are they gonna... Okay, so...
Responding to back to basics. Seems like...
Overloaded Cycrypt.
Overloaded Cycrypt, yeah.
Yeah, that will do it.
There's an... Yeah... Given that Blue Farm did not protect their win, given that there's a Rule of Law in play, this will resolve.
Yeah.
The question is how much interaction is left for the turn.
Yeah.
Because Timna Thrasios will just go for the win next turn. This is a winning play.
Yeah, they're going to have... I think that they vamped for Cycrypt, right?
Discarding Trinisphere and step.
Yeah.
If I had a Swords here with the white mana represented, I would probably Swords the Sacred Guide.
Yeah.
But that's not what's happening.
No.
So, yeah, discarding loads of cards, and let's see if we have a win going to next turn.
Yeah, I imagine he has... the Thoracle.
Yeah, he has to have it. He has at least 2 times.
Yeah.
Sure, the first was for Yisan, but still.
Yeah. And the Vamp Tutor was either for Cycrypt or Thoracle, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so...
Hiding information there is actually kind of smart, because Cycrypt... Like, Cycrypt has the YesKHI player.
Yeah.
Like, they have to not cast a spell.
Yeah.
Because Cycrypt will just be free if they cast a spell.
Yeah.
And that's not what everyone expected. I didn't expect Cycrypt there.
No.
So the Cycrypt being hidden information there is actually really smart.
Yeah. Super, super good. So we have 1 mana. Wingcrafter. Okay. Soul Bonding to Thrasios.
Yeah. They have to have it here. They can't be...
they're going for combat, so...
they're going to draw cards.
Trying to dig. But Wingcrafter at least stays as a flying blocker as well for...
but Isha is in hand, so like it's not that scary anymore. There's an op agent represent... No, there's not an op... Wait, is that a Underground Sea or is it Tundra?
It's a Plateau of Tundra and a Spire of Industry.
Yeah, so it's actually not op agent mana represented.
Dothy Voidwalker.
Looks like he's just going to play it safe.
And Avacyn's Pilgrim. Okay. I think that he mustn't have the Thoracle then, right? So he needs to try and dig.
Yeah, just needs to have the biggest board and... Or maybe... Is this... No, it's in the library.
Yeah, okay, so he's going to go digging.
He's just going... Yeah, he's going digging.
Yeah.
He does have the biggest board state. He will probably be able to, like, close this down over time.
Yep, and I think we have about 17 minutes left on the clock, but I don't think the clock really matters.
No, I think this game will end by itself.
Yeah.
Before that.
Either next turn or...
Well, it depends on the draws.
Yeah, that is true.
Tundacrom is also pretty free to go for it here. There's the only thing stopping them is the Dothy.
Yeah, exactly.
And that stops like breach loops with the Brain Freezing Graveyard.
Yeah.
I would assume they kept some interaction up with the mana they kept.
Yeah, so they have
They have
one any color, a lot of green, and I think that's
two
a watery
two any
grave?
color. Yeah, it's a Water Grave, a Seat of Brass, Chaos Grill, and the Lotus Petal.
And the Lotus Petal, yeah.
And I think the Arbor Elf
And
can
the
tap.
Arbor Elf yeah.
So there's a lot of mana represented on board.
Yeah.
I assume they have an interaction. I assume they can find interaction if they don't have it already.
Yeah. So
Here we see just all the artifacts being replayed.
yeah, absolutely spilling out your
Storm,
entire hand.
yeah, Storm Camp going pretty high, but the Brain Freeze being in graveyard.
Yeah.
Also, Daughter being there is not that great.
Yeah. Storm count 4, play the breach 5.
The problem is you have to get rid of Daughter.
Yeah.
But like, it is a factor here that he can pass here because he didn't win last turn
Yeah.
when it was pretty free to win. So you can assume here that he doesn't actually have the win.
Yeah.
Unless he has a lucky top deck. Or a Wish Claw that I forgot about.
Yeah. So Wishclaw and
Because he could just like find the Pita here.
yeah.
Like, he has the mana for it. As long as we're correct in that it's Spleen playing. Spleen is the one on the top left playing to Natasios.
Yeah, with the Gaia's Cradle.
Yeah, with the Gaia's Cradle and the Sacred Guide. Having this much mana, the problem is that I would expect interaction here.
Yeah.
So it is a hard spot because you will lose the long game.
Yeah.
And you probably won't win the short game either from this position. So you're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. You can't, and you could give the Wish Claw to the Jesky Shy player, but even that is kind of spooky.
Yeah.
Looks like they're activating it at least. I would never give it to the Trastimna player here.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's just saying, have a win.
Yeah, basically.
I don't want to play anymore. Enjoy your win.
Well, I guess that would be kind of fair in this position.
Yeah.
This hasn't been a very fun game for him. He has had some really good tries.
Yeah.
But it's been like kind of stuck like under stacks pieces for a long time by now.
But I think this can really highlight to people that like you see the people that say cEDH is like, in one turn everyone's dead and then this and that, and you can have games that go like this, that go like 10, 12, 13 turns and actually have a lot of interaction. Hopefully they're not all like this, because my brain will come out of my ears. But let's see, can a dead person cut a deck?
I don't know. I don't think it matters to be
Yeah,
fair.
I don't think,
like,
but it's always can this happen? Because it's like asking someone in the crowd to cut your deck.
Kind of, yeah. Tapping 3 mana for a Orphan.
Oracle, okay.
I assume that's not 3 mana, or they're floating a black.
Yeah. We have
Okay,
9
9
minutes.
minute
There is the timer for
Nice.
everybody. 9 minutes. And there's demonic consultation.
Yeah, I don't think this will go through, to be honest. Flusterstorm. There we go.
Flusterstorm's like, you do
Flusterstorm
not have
is
enough
storm
mana.
count is 3, so it's 4 counters. He can afford to just pay.
So, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The storm count is 8.
Artifacts is a thing.
Yeah.
That's just gone.
Yeah. So he has 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 7.
Has 7.
Unless he has a Dark Ritual in hand.
Dark Ritual, yeah. But like even then, I don't think you resolve this even if you can go around the fluster.
Yeah.
Also, I think flustering here is just the wrong play. I also think you should just pass to Spleen here. Force him to use the Thrasios at least.
Yeah.
Like this fluster could have been saved for a win
if you
attempt
have
the
a
next
bounce,
turn.
I guess, because you can just bounce the Thoracle. Oh, if it's 0 and the Thoracle still goes to 0, you still win, right? Even if that Thoracle isn't there. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I just think like activating Thrasios resets priority.
Yeah.
So in this position, I would just pass it.
Yeah, abusing the priority.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not even mana building. It's just you have a game action to take. I have no interaction.
Yeah.
Take your game action. Then I might respond.
Yep.
But now he gets down tap with a Wish Claw. This would be pretty good to just have the Flusterstorm if he can go for a win here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this deck runs any normal win cons or if it's just Ishai beats.
Yeah.
Ishai Beats is a pretty good.
Oh,
no!
Wow. I mean, that's
yeah.
That's
think
a
about.
type of, yeah, there you go. That's a type of win con if you want to lose. It's, is that king making? Like, just take it.
No, I don't think you can argue for that to be king making, but it's a very bad play, in my opinion. It seems like logic came through.
Graveyard is being checked.
Yeah, I think they're respecting Breach here. Because Breach can probably still win the game. If he has a bounce spell in Graveyard, he has bounce plus consult, he can just go for it again if he just also Breach. Also, it could be that Spleen has a reanimation spell in hand.
Yeah, and there we have...
I'm not sure what card that is.
Do we have the deck lists for them?
I can check.
There we have a card. What do you think it is, chat? Because we do not know.
I don't have arts. It looks like the Ishai player is just straight up beats as a win con.
Oh, the exiled console. Somehow.
Yeah. Not knowing the card makes this annoying.
What we will do is after this game, I will find that player and I will ask what that card was, so we can.
It's not the blood.
Figure it out. No. It looks very much like a card we do not know.
It's not the Magus of the Moon.
I'm just going to go and check.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But we do have the Dothy dying here, which is pretty important. Dothy unlocking breach lines for both the other red players. Oh, it's from the Ashes.
It's from the Ashes.
And that does?
I don't know. Tobias, can you do a card search for From the Ashes?
Is it one of those destroy all lands cards?
Oh, that's...
It blows all non-basics, yeah. For each non-basic land.
Wow.
That's pretty... Yeah.
Wow.
But like...
That, I think, still gives Timna Thrasios the advantage.
No, because you get to search a basic for each non-basic destroyed. And he's on basics, the other players are not. But it looks like he just... Yeah, exactly. Finds 3 basics, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring out... play Jessica from your hand.
Play Jessica from your hand, kill the dorks, kill Timna, yeah. Sure.
So
that's actually a pretty strong play.
So I imagine this game is going to go to turns. And...
there's a risk for that, yeah. Unless we still have... If it's... First play. It's not actually a bad play. I actually think that's a pretty good play.
Yeah.
So we have a land coming in. I think it's tapping it from out directly because it does still have 2 opponents.
Unless it's a Thrasios.
Oh, it's a Thrasios activation. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Killing Timna, killing... Okay, I would probably kill a dork here personally. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Timna and the 2 dogs take away access to as much mana as possible.
Yeah.
But he can at least go digging now with Sylvan Library.
Yeah, his Sylvan Library has the land in play, he has the Lotus Petal.
All he needs to find is Thassa's Oracle.
Yeah, if you have Thassa's Oracle, he's 1 mana short to win off the Thassa's Oracle.
No, he should be fine. Right?
You need 2 mana to activate the
so he needs a land.
He needs a land and a fast mana.
Yeah, he has the the Lotus Petal.
Yeah, he still needs 1 more mana after the land.
Is it 2 mana for Sacred Guide?
Yeah, 2 mana for Sacred Guide and 2 mana
for
for...
There we go.
Yeah.
That's taking
Reading
8.
a red Deadly Relic. Deadly Relic is a pretty good answer to Ishai coming down later.
Yeah.
3 mana. Does he just play a Labman here? No? Okay.
Eldritch Evolution.
Almost a Labman. Maybe a Labman. What
Eldritch
other...
Evolution is going to get 2 mana, right?
3 mana.
3
it's
mana.
+2. +2 or less.
Yeah, Labman.
Labman would be fine. There comes the Op Agent.
Oh. How have they had the mana for that? Oh, Deadly Relic. There we go.
Yeah, Deadly Relic. We knew about that card.
Yeah.
The Grim Monolith was untapped. I think the the Mox Opal was as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You walk away from the cameras for like 30 seconds. So much changes.
Yeah. Just finding a Labman, putting into play.
Yeah.
He does not have the win next turn because he needs 1 white, and he has Sultai right now.
But he has three draws to try and get it.
Yeah, but then he doesn't have a draw to actually win the game with the Labman.
Yeah.
So while that is scary, it's a weird spot to be in. Like this, you have win represented on board, but you can't really go for it. Unless you have like the Manamorphose is red, so that's not a legal play. He could have a what's the card name called? The Crop Rotation.
Yeah.
Crop Rotation filtering mana could be the play here. I would assume he maybe has something like that, because otherwise I don't see the reason to go for this play.
Yeah. I think most of the decks, when you're running things like Gaia's Cradle, like Crop Rotation is almost an auto-include to
exactly.
That, right?
Yeah, Carp is just such a good card.
Oh, Breach.
There comes the Breach, which we were respecting earlier. There's no stacks pieces in play anymore.
Yeah.
We're low on mana, so we might not have interaction. There's a Lotus Petal in yard, which is pretty good.
And there's no LED, but Consort has been exiled.
Consort has been exiled, but I still think this is enough to get there. And he gets to start digging with Breach. I think this is just a win, honestly.
Yeah. It's like I'm going to get rid of those.
We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Time in the round.
So we have time. So we have 5 turns after this one.
Yeah.
Right? So escapes the petal.
Yeah, escapes it twice, I think. We have a Wish Clause in play.
Where is the Wish Claw?
On Jessica's Chase board.
Yeah, okay.
So he doesn't have a Wish Claw in deck in graveyard recast with a Reach.
So he's done petal 3 times, I think. Or he has 3 red.
3 mana at least.
Yeah.
Might not be red. Petal again.
Yeah. And Storm count is 3.
Storm.
He's going to sack it and then do it again, I imagine.
No, that's. I think it's Storm count. He does have the Brain Freeze in graveyard, so.
Yeah.
This probably. Yeah, I have a really hard time seeing this not get there, unless we have a very timely Mindbreak Trap cast.
Yeah. Because I guess you're brain freezing yourself. Because brain freezing his opponents doesn't seem a good thing with Labman in.
No, he just brain freezes himself to gain cards in graveyard for Breach.
The Savine's Reclamation.
No LED, I don't believe. But he's just looking for like a bounce spell and Taint Pact, or just like enough things to storm off and mill everyone and kill the Labman.
Yeah. Is there going to be any interaction? Or you think this is just game now?
The fact that the brain freeze resolved, I think that just symbolizes that there's no interaction at this board. He just goes for it.
Yeah.
That From the Ashes really shaped this game, I believe. I think Spleen would have had this game unless that resolved.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think it was a misplay still. It was an aggressive play in a good way.
Incredibly aggressive, yeah.
Yeah. But like he kind of needed that tempo swing to go in to like be able to do anything.
Yeah.
And Yeah, it was a risk, but I think it was a risk worth taking because he's not winning the game otherwise, especially being that close to time.
Yeah.
He hasn't connected with the Shy for a while.
Yeah.
He has to recast the Shy and get the counters. I don't think he wins without doing that play.
No.
Unless he maybe can draw with Spleen, like be able to like talk to him and make him not go for it. But even that, I don't think Spleen will take that deal.
No.
Another Brain Feast coming down.
And he doesn't have anything to make him draw a card.
Yeah. Draneth.
There's Chrome Mark, Soul Ring.
I think I saw an LED.
If not, he can escape his...
yeah, he just continue this loop until he go through his library, exiling cards, making 2 mana each time, casting Brain Freeze, milling more than 9 cards.
Yeah.
So this loops. There's an LED. So we did see an LED. This means he can go plus even more. Storm can bring really high.
Yeah.
I don't think I would try to mill a Labman player here.
No.
I'd be too scared about shenanigans happening.
And that could be what Spleen is hoping for. Is just like, okay, I have one hope, and it's that you try and do this. So there we have the LED.
Yeah.
Putting Tymna and Thrasios back in the command zone.
I would honestly just put them in graveyard and then exile them to escape and put them in command zone.
Yeah.
Like that's
two free escape cards.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't need it at this point. You just have the win here almost guaranteed. But it's still optimal play or optimal pacing.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. From the Ashes is probably playing for a draw in the try and slow everyone down for 5 turns.
Yeah, exactly. Because both players are representing a lot of value and just running away with the game.
Yeah. And for everyone watching, this is the first of 3 rounds that we're going to have tonight. We'll be going into a second round probably about 10 minutes after this ends. And we'll be bringing you feature match again. And then a third round. There is no top 4. The winner, after 3 rounds of Swiss, the top 4 will all get buys, and the first place will also get free entry tomorrow. Yeah. So there are 4 buys, only 3 matches today. We didn't want to be commentating until 1 a.m.
Or playing for that matter.
No one wants to be playing and then have to be here at 9 o'clock for a players' meeting. You'd rather be playing in the bar.
Yeah.
A completely different rule set.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, there we go. The judge bringing down some...
mana counters, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was actually Spleen being like, here you go. You clearly have the win. Let's get you some some things. So that is their deck is done. They have milled their entire library.
Okay. So here we just... So this is the scary part where they open up to a bit too much interaction, possibly?
Yeah. At least Kram is dead.
At least Kram is dead and there's not less percent on play. Those are 2 cards I really like abusing when people go for these lines.
Yeah.
But
he's sacking
to Calling Ritual.
Calling Ritual.
Or Calling of the Week. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just escape 3 cards, recast the Oracle. Okay, he wants extra mana. That's fair.
Just in case.
Just in case, yeah.
You see the nerves now of, oh god, I think I'm going to win, it's fine.
Yeah. Recasting Oracle, empty library. Does the Oracle resolve? Does the ETB resolve? Game, it's over.
Game, there we go. That is game number 1. I'm going to press all of the buttons until it comes back to us.
Yeah.
Well, that was definitely a round.
Yeah, that was a round. It didn't really go as expected. I didn't call Blue Farm winning that game. At least not early.
No. I think it's swung so many times because the
the
turn 1 wheel was like, okay, you can be in a really good position from this, and then it sort of ground down, and Ishai took over, and like it was a really good game to see the swings.
Yeah, definitely.
But then I wonder how Spleenface is feeling about the From the Ashes.
Yeah, that From the Ashes.
Probably not great.
No, I think it was. I still think it was the right play. I understand people not liking that play. I would maybe not do it myself, but I still think it was the right play in the situation.
Yeah, I think, and considering you can follow it up with a Jessica, and you can try and kill some of the board.
Yeah.
You can hope to get there.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Yeah.
And like at worst, you probably draw. Like it's basically just Breach that wins the game there.
Yeah.
And I think he cast the win after he tutored last turn. So you kind of assume that he didn't have a Breach backup when he tried to win last turn, because then we would just go for Breach probably.
Yeah.
But now the Stony Silence is gone, the Doth is gone, everything is gone, so you can just go for it.
Yeah. I think absolutely, like really interesting match to watch. We hope you enjoyed it.